Imagine if someone could just come into your house and find whatever they wanted to find, and then you're, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff in your house you don't want other people to see. So, so the point is that governance is basically the structure that enables organizations to work together with other organizations and allows government to function. Otherwise, we would be living in Somalia, where everybody has a gun to protect themselves, and however they get their goods and is based on who has the biggest gun. Okay, so why is this important in another? So we're talking about, this is a class on current issues in public administration, right? So why would this be important?
Well, an executive order would affect potentially like any agencies that are running certain things. It would make, it could cut off funding, it could change a lot of things.
Correct, okay. So it could affect the people it's serving eventually. So, and that happens. So the stupido in chief has said he was going to, he hasn't allotted money to fire victims in California. What does that do? Why is that a problem?
Makes them homeless.
Well, that's one issue, okay, but what else? What else has to happen? What does all that money for fire relief do?
Services stop.
Correct. So we can't build roads that were destroyed in the fire, or we have to divert money from other places in order to build those roads, we have more disenfranchised people, which causes more problems along the way, because now we have to take resources that might have been intended for people who were homeless and give them to people who actually have money but are homeless. So we're now creating another problem, right, aren't we? And that problem is we now have more homeless people, or we're giving funds to people who are homeless as from no fault of their own. And I'm not saying that people who are homeless on the street are at fault either, but these are people who, were living the dream, and a natural disaster happened, okay? Unfortunately, they bought a house in an area that's fire prone. I just found out recently that when I bought my house, I didn't move into it right away because I rented it back to the people who were living there. And it was at the time of all the fires in near Glen Ellen and Napa and Sonoma County and Santa Rosa. And I found out that the fire was like a quarter mile away from the house I had just bought. And I didn't know it until someone told me about it like a couple months ago. And it was and I hadn't even thought about that the fire was that close. I knew I was insured. I didn't have any of my stuff there, but I could have been a victim. I mean, I wouldn't have had any better place to go. I mean, I probably would have had a place to go, but I wouldn't have a home per se. So it also creates problems when we're not following the rule of law, and other things that are happening now are we have a huge crisis on the southern border. Okay, now who created that crisis? Yes, he did. Now he's saying it happened way before, and I'm sure that things were bad before, but they weren't as bad as they are now. We weren't caging people or putting people in situations that they are going to get sick and die, or that they're going to become now malnourished, or we're going to be facing lawsuits in the future from governments who are going to be suing to say, look what you did to our people. Okay? He also cut off funding to South American countries that people are emigrating from. But that money it should have been used to support the people in those countries. But whether that money is actually given to the people or if it's lining the pockets of some politician or whatever is a problem. Okay? Question of whether or not they're able to monitor it. So typically they don't. So the reason why we are talking about governance is we have a lot of organizations out there that are trying to affect change, right? We have a lot of NGOs, we have a lot of government organizations. So how many of you are thinking that you're going to go work in government? Anybody?
Some of us already work for government.
Okay, so you already work for government, okay. And I'm assuming you have a lot of various rules and regulations that you have to follow, right? Okay. And, getting a pencil is not as easy as just
Private sector,
right, okay.
for real.
You have to fill out something in triplicate or something like that, I'm assuring?
It needs to be approved by 3 different levels.
Right,
just
for
to
a
get
pencil,
pen.
right, okay. Now, why do you think that happens that way?
Well, the explanation is we have to be accountable to the public.
Right.
Because what we're using is public funds. And we want to make sure that we're transparent, that we're not using it for, in excess.
Okay.
It's like, why buy a what's that nice pen with the rubber thing?
Oh, I love
It's a
those
pen, you know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, I love those pens.
Yeah, I do too, but they won't buy it for us. What's wrong with Papermate pen?
Right, which is a lot cheaper.
You can buy 99 cents for a dozen.
Right. Sorry, I'm having a hard time remembering my password.
So yeah, I can attest to that.
So that has to do with rule of law, believe it or not. You are supposed to be protecting the people's, what is my password? Oh, I hate resetting my password. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. Damn. This is bad.